Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Gonna do one cast today. It's Sunday the 23rd of March. And I am right across the lake from the River Point boat ramp. No generation today. And I'm gonna fish a chartreuse megaworm under a float along this bluff bank. I'm in about 12 foot of water fishing toward the bank, so it won't be quite as deep, but I'm gonna still fish it pretty deep. Fishing about 10 feet deep. Now, got a pretty good breeze. Okay, get all set up here. Quite a bit of boat traffic today. Let's see, I need to back out just a little bit more. We'll just try it just a little bit further. This point comes out a little ways. I put on a lot smaller float. I'm hoping this float's not gonna sink with my megaworm. The megaworm is a 1/100th ounce. Now Blake, on a guide trip, I think it was yesterday, he said they caught 8 or 9 browns. This is in the trophy area. Yesterday morning. I'm not sure if this float's gonna work. I am kind of in the right in the alley of this wind. I don't like it. It's too much. I'm gonna move. And I think I'm gonna put on a little bit bigger float. Oh man. Okay, I'll be right back. Testing. Okay, I've come up lake. Not too far, but the wind's a whole lot nicer here. I'm gonna fish kind of close to this slide. I've got it set about 7 foot deep. I got a little bit bigger float on. 6X tippet. So Blake, you know, they caught 7 or 8 browns on a chartreuse megaworm the other day. Oh, I just had a bite. I just missed him. None of them were over 20. I had a couple of 18s, he said. I think I might have just had another bite. I got him. Well, little rainbow. This is what they would, big browns will eat this one. Okay, let me get out just a little bit. Kind of in the same position I was yesterday with this wind blowing sideways. Golly. I'm gonna have to move on the other side of this this tree. Well, the little rainbows are hitting it. I'm gonna get on the other side of this tree. There might just be a whole lot of little rainbows in this area too. That was a lot prettier. First one was a lot of color to it. I don't know what it is about the megaworm and brown trout, but they sure seem like they'd like it over a jig. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's still pretty bright sun. Oh, shoot. That was not a smart cast. Oh, I got it wrapped around my tip. There we go. This float is not working very good either. It's not big enough. That little rainbow. Well, gotta get out away from the bank a little bit. No browns yet. It's supposed to be in the 70s every day this week. Part of the problem I have with my float is my leader is sinking really bad, and it's actually pulling my float under. And I don't think I have any floatants. Well, it's nice when the wind doesn't blow. You know, they're getting a little bit bigger. This area right through here is not as deep as where I started. Ah, missed him. Worm's still in good shape. The other thing I like about the mega worm too is it works really good when the water gets real still. You don't need a chop for this little fly to do good. Missed him. Well, I've gotten about every cast so far. They're yanking it under too. They're not just playing with it. Well, as soon as I say I get a bite, I don't ever cast, I don't get a bite. Remember what I said about the worm wrapping around that hook? You've got to make sure that thing doesn't wrap around the hook like it's all balled up. They won't hit it. It does seem like they will grab and hold on to this fly a lot better than most flies. Maybe because it's soft and they don't feel that hook quite as quick. Man, as soon as I said something about bite every cast, hey, I got a bite. That wind is perfect, just blowing me straight into the bank. Oh, boy. I hate it because I really like the camera looking at the float, but I can't do it. If I put the boat sideways, it'll push me right into the bank. Oh, man. The wind is really wanting to push that fly right into my head when I cast it too. I've missed the last 3 or 4 bites now. What is going on? Nothing wrong with the hook. They're just pecking at it now. It's all right, I'll get them. I really tried to get the float in the camera that time. I just can't do it. Just cannot. Just can't do it. It's aggravating. by that next slide. Got him. Golly. And they're getting smaller again. That's the smallest one yet. See how fast that wind is blowing me right into those trees. Man, just yanked it under. Okay, we're gonna do something here. I'm just gonna set the... I'm not gonna move any, I'm just gonna sit here and fish. Well, thank you, Mr. Trolling Motor, for not setting on the spot lock. Come on, spot lock, please. Move myself up some. Okay. Sorry. Getting a little frustrating. I'm just gonna fish right in between these trees. Kind of look like a bite. I'm gonna throw out here. I know I can see the trees underneath the water, so I sure don't want to throw around those. I don't want to get snagged. Gosh. Well, this isn't working either, so I'll just go right back to what I was doing. I've only got a few more minutes to fish anyhow, so. I'm just out in the middle of the channel now, not really getting close to the bank. Ah. Ah. A little frustrating when that float goes all the way under and you don't get a fish. And this wind is just howling, just blowing me straight into my where I'm fishing float. See? Now what I guess I should do is cut off a little bit of that mega worm, because I guess they're just grabbing the tail. Just yanked it under. Took off with it. That's a little embarrassing. They're just really taking advantage of me. Oh, I just saw 3 of them follow it all the way to the surface. Must be a lot of little stalkers in this area. A bunch. When I pulled the line up and the worm, mega worm, it came all the way to the surface. I saw 3 of them right behind it chasing. Now I've got it all balled out. It's first time. Okay. Just try it one more time. All right, balled up again. Stop. Oh boy. Oh, fly fishing can be so much fun. Remember a good friend of mine years ago, Kevin Altamite, introduced fly fishing to him, and he just absolutely hated it. Said it's the most frustrating thing he's ever done in his life. And of course, he ended up being a real big fly fisherman, but when I first took him out, it just really, really frustrated him. And I understand why. I mean, golly, I've been doing it all my life and I still get frustrated with it. But fishing in general can be that way. And that's about the time you say it's ready, time to go in. Clean the fish. I hate to say it, like, okay, one more time, but I really don't like, I think he's hitting it. I don't like quitting on a bite. That just really irks me. All right. This might be my last cast. I did say might. Come on, big brown, just eat it. It does seem like that if I get a bite, it's like right after the worm sinks all the way to the bottom and stops. Then my float kind of goes down into the water a little bit. And right after that's what and get a hit. Gosh. This is embarrassing. Oh, I had him for a second. I saw him that time. This is nice. The wind stopped. This is enjoyable. Okay. I really got to go. So this is my last cast. I guess the fish heard me. It's like, golly, turkeys. Okay. Okay. At least I know what to tell people if they want to come out here and get bit. Got a group of guys that just checked in, John Johnson and his group from Oklahoma. I bet you'll hit that sculpin jig with an orange head here too, but and I'm sure there's some bigger fish in here, but there's a lot of little stalkers. I guess they can be fun. I'd almost rather end on a no-bite cast than one that jerks my float under and I miss him again. Okay, I'm done. I do gotta go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.